Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1970's Hang Up, directed by John Hayes. Now, this is part of the 5 films, 5 years, volume 2 horror and exploitation set by Vinegar Syndrome, limited edition. This movie was also released with Sweet Trash, which I've also looked at on this YouTube page, in a DVD set, a drive-in DVD set with Sweet Trash and Hang Up. In this particular case, we are getting Hang Up on Blu-ray. Now, John Hayes is an extremely prolific director. If you look him up on online on IMDb, you will find many films, some of which I've looked at on this YouTube page, some of which Vinegar Syndrome has put out. And from hardcore to softcore to everything kind of in between. For cases of what we are looking at tonight and what I've already looked at on this YouTube page, Sweet Trash, these are not hardcore films. But they are films that are sexual, but well beyond the scope of what cinema is typically looked at. If you look at my video for Sweet Trash, you can see that John Hayes is operating on another level. In Hang Up, which we are looking at tonight, we are entering into another level. Once again, we are entering into another cinema world, another way of editing, another way of making a movie, another way of telling a story, another way of grabbing your emotions, another way of filming. This is 1970's Hang Up. It's a 75-minute film starring Sharon Matt, Mary McGee, Tony Vorno, and William Connors, and directed by John Hayes. Let's get into this film here, folks, off of this Volume 2 limited edition set. Hang Up is an extremely unique, diverse, and bizarre film. Sorry, I had a scratch in the back of my on my back there. There we go. What a film Hang Up is. What a 75 minutes this experience, the cinema experience is. This is a movie entering into the world of a man, entering into his apartment, his work, his worldview, his eyes, his mind, his struggles, pains, and desires. This is a film that enters into love, double-crossing, twists, turns, transvestites, rape, vice squads, prostitution, nudie shows, and love, money, power, corruption, blackmailing, hope, healing, and destruction. This is Hang Up. Let's start off with the music and the sound design for this film. This is a film that had mostly wall-to-wall music in this movie. There is, most of this film has music in it. And we go everywhere from this atmospheric, beautiful, dream-like type music to almost 70s TV show crime drama music to dark cues in the score, to old-time jazz and big band music, to sleazy late 60s sounding jazz, to harp music, and to Sergio Mendes-like Brazilian jazz. We have it all in here. And it is filled with music, from jazz to orchestration. And as I stated, there are some dark cues in here as well in the score. Lots and lots of sound design. And then we also have silence in the film as well. When we look at the cinematography for this movie, it's just as interesting and diverse as the sound design and as the music for the film. I want to let you know that as part of that sound design, at one point things get muffled. Things enter into an echoed plane, a reverbed plane, just as the screen is playing with focus and the haziest vibes I've ever seen before. As this is a Blu-ray, you can see it even more as the screen turns hazy and almost foggy, out of focus, and then erupting clearer and clearer and clearer. Almost the clearest you've ever seen the film all of a sudden. Unbelievable shots of a field with horses and running after the horses. Glee. Jovial, majestic harp music. Lush mountainscapes and greenery and trees. Beautiful cinematography in those scenes. And wild shot of the camera going from inside of an apartment, moving through the wall to the window outside of the apartment as a woman hangs naked out of the window as she is experiencing sexual violence and romantic violence. What a shot. What a shot from the ground up as her naked butt is halfway out of the window. What a shot of a woman walking away from a very bizarre stage show and walks away with lingerie and her naked butt walking out of frame. Hang Up is a movie that will bewilder you, will leave you in the dust, leave you unknowing from frame to frame. There are revelations in this film as the movie goes on. Revelations upon revelations upon revelations. It's a movie of stage performances in bizarre, surreal-like, weird worlds that confuse you as the viewer. Where am I now? What part of the story is this? Who is the man that we're following? Where is he now? What does this mean? You're entering into surreal worlds that aren't surreal at all. Almost commonplace. This is a film of complicated romance that actually is seriously emotional and seriously tugging onto your heartstrings in a profound manner. This is a dark film. This is a film of loneliness and the character study as we follow our lead man. The main girl in this film, Angel, aka Lauren, or Lauren, aka Angel, is simply stunning. Extremely attractive, sexually attractive. If you love 70s curves and kind of blonde beauty, thighs, the butts in this film, if you're a butt lover, absolutely go crazy. But this lead female character is one of the best I've seen in cinema. Her face, her body, her eyes, and the metamorphosis of who she is as our lead character's trying to figure that out as well as the film moves on. There's extremely touching scenes in here. There's a scene in a shower that is, it makes you feel like none of us are alone anymore in the lonely world or the lonely worlds that we live in. Is there actual love, hope? We see two characters in the shower, shampoo, conditioner, soap. And it is truly connection, intimacy. Hang Up is a movie of paradoxes. It's a movie that is at the same time sleazy as it is sensually elegant, as it is sexual and dark, psychological, exploitation, sexploitation, crime drama, the relationship between two police officers. And just like the other film by John Hayes, which I looked at on this YouTube page, Sweet Trash, which you can find on my page here, the movie moves frame by frame, piece by piece of the storyline, confounding the viewer, trying to understand, bewildered. And this is a movie with twists and turns in the storyline. And as I mentioned earlier, revelations. Hang Up is magical. In the climax of this film, there's something that I don't think I've ever really seen before. The climax of this film is a life review of sorts. As you hear some people talk about in near-death experiences, that they experience a life review, their entire life right before their eyes, with angels or in the presence of God or in the presence of some spiritual beings in a near-death experience. And here, ending with death and darkness and pain, true emotional pain, the movie reflects itself in our lead character's self in a life review in black and white photography. Hang Up, the acting is amazing. The lead character, by the way, there's true male style in the clothing in this film. I gotta tell you, the pants fit the guys so well. The outfits seem almost modern. Way ahead of their time, almost skinny jean type like, but in a dress way, boot cut maybe. I just thought the outfits were legit. And there's the questions and the themes of redemption and of the proper eyes towards the workers of sex, the workers in the sex business. What are the proper eyes towards them? Gender issues, fantasies, sexual fantasies, and heartbreak and love. It's all here, folks. Hang Up, 1970, directed by John Hayes. What a film. Available on this set, but also available on that DVD with Sweet Trash, and that's not limited, so it's easy to get. You can see the cover of that DVD in my other video for Sweet Trash. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like this film tonight, Hang Up. Please feel free to check out my own personal films by Googling Apartment 1014 Films. Thank you so much. And yes, there is a lot of nudity in this film. Breasts and butts and thighs. Thank you and good night.